The character that I play, Valentina, is a woman of wisdom and age. She's learned a lot living in that ghetto area. She was married to Doc, who used to own the candy store where the Jets hung out. She's now taken over, and she is his widow. She has a great relationship with Tony, our young leading man, Ansel Elgort, and takes care of him. She mothers him. And she has apparently invited him to live downstairs in the basement where all the Coke bottles are and all the prescription drugs and stuff like that. That's part of her. She has enormous dignity, and I said wisdom, and she's very, very different from Anita, folks. This is not Anita. This is a woman who sees a lot and thinks a lot. And I actually get to sing the most beautiful song in the world in it somewhere, which was a big surprise to me and thrilled me to pieces. I cried when I saw that in the script. My favorite song. It was so strange to see Ariana DeBose playing Anita, the role that really got me an Oscar and a Golden Globe. And I had to put her at her ease. She was apparently extremely nervous to meet me, and she hid herself among all the kids. And I said, okay, because I knew her name by then. I said, where is Ariana? And everybody pointed, there she is. She was really hiding. And I said, we have to have lunch together. This was the very first day I attended rehearsals, and I was in New York for wardrobe fittings. So it was just the very first day. And I tried to put her at her ease. And I really didn't want to tell her how to play that part. What I said was, you have to play your Anita. That's your obligation, nothing else. And then they gave her a little hint of something that I didn't do that I wish I had in acting terms. And I said, this is a little gift for you. You can use it or not. That's up to you. And she did. It was an acting thing. And I don't want to say the scene because that everybody will be looking for that. That would be unfair to her. The new Anita was very nervous to meet me, and she's wonderful. She is Ariana. She's a fierce dancer. She's way more. She's a much better dancer than I have ever been. She's fabulous. She's really, really good. And I love the idea that she's part Black. She's of mixed races, which I just think it's right. It's absolutely right. But first time I met her, I said, let's have lunch together. Because they said she is so nervous about meeting you. And I tried to reassure her. I don't think it worked at first. She was really a kind of sort of like that, being very sweet and friendly, but she was nervous. And I want to say, is it nervous of me? What a good question. What surprised me and what did I not expect? Let me put it this way. When I first saw the movie completed in a screening room, something interesting happened to me I was watching very carefully as someone who hadn't seen the movie. But then they did the Mambo at the gym, which is what we call it. And I started to cry. It's the only time I cried in the movie. And I started to cry because my daughter was with me. She says, why are you crying? This is so joyous. I said, because he got it right. Stephen got it right. The angles he was using. He loves to use cranes. And I said, he just knew what was needed for that scene. And that told me everything I needed to know about how the film was going to go. It was sheer bliss. Oh, sheer bliss. With him on the floor with his little viewfinder and a little stub of a cigar that he never smoked. And what do you think of this shot, Rita? And I say, oh, Stephen, that's gorgeous. He was like a child. He and as he says, he continues to say, he's never enjoyed anything quite as much in terms of joy and joyfulness as this film. And he didn't want it to be over either, because when I asked him to let me have as a gift the clapper, I said, can I do the clapper for the very, very, very last scene? And he said, yes. And we went 14 takes, and I was doing the clapper, take 2, take 3, take 4, and running out of the scene. And now he tells me yesterday that that was on purpose because he didn't want it to be over. And because I was enjoying doing that so much. That's the perfect word. It is epic. It's huge in so many respects. And when it's sad, it is, nobody can wring your heart like Steven Spielberg. Come on. I remember, I'll keep always going back to E.T. because that broke my heart. And he does that with this one. He just wrings it. He wrings the drama and the emotion out of this, and he knows how to do that. And you know how he does that? By asking the actors to pull back, and it's not about crying, and it's not about yelling and carrying on, though there's a lot of that, heaven knows. But it's about, with me, it kept saying, hold it back, Rita, don't give it away. Don't give it away, just hold it. I got such headaches from getting to that emotion inside me and touching it and using it and then not allowing myself to express it, except in very, very subtle, intense ways. I've never been asked to do that because, after all, I'm Hispanic, right? And I will always, always be grateful to him for giving me that in this film. They were fabulous. And it's all brand new choreography done by Justin Peck, who is brilliant. And they've rethought all the numbers, which is a wonderful thing. Not having America, the number, done on a rooftop was very important to Steven because that has become so iconic. To do another America on a rooftop, I don't know. So he very wisely put it on the street. Oh, lots of things, because I contributed a lot because that was my role as executive producer. And I think, I know that Steven was doing the very smart thing to get someone who is Hispanic, Latina, and who knows that scene, who knows the struggle. That was very important to him. We talked a great deal about that. And in fact, he was so touched by it that he asked me to tell the kids, both gangs, the actors, what it was like being I hadn't done my documentary at that time. So I told them, I talked a lot about that. And I had a say in the tempo of America, which I thought was being conducted too fast. And even though the dancer said, well, we can do it, I said, you can do it this fast, but you're not going to be, you'll be a little bit sloppy because it's too fast. And they said, oh, yeah. So there were things like that, all kinds of stuff constantly. And I danced with them just for the hell of it. It's a miracle I didn't break a knee or something.